Breaking news in the Bronx. This is Bronx Fan Central.
Bronx Nation, do you hear that silence in the dugout? That's not peace. It's a sign that something is moving behind the scenes. A name you've probably never heard before could change this bullpen before the trade deadline. Are you ready to find out why? Brendan Cootie of The Athletic revealed that league sources have identified right-handed pitcher Lake Bakar of the Miami Marlins as a name to watch ahead of the Yankees trade deadline. Bashar turns 31 next week and brings some impressive numbers with him. A 3.04 ERA, averaging 10.1 strikeouts per 9 innings across 17 appearances this season. His arsenal features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and a sweeper with a strikeout rate of 28.3%. But here's the detail that separates this rumor from all the others. Bakar isn't eligible for free agency until 2031. That means 5 years of team control for the Yankees. This isn't a rental, it's an investment. And if the Yankees are already tracking this name in May, that says a lot more about the current state of the bullpen than it does about Bachar himself. The question nobody is asking out loud is this: could the problem be bigger than the statistics suggest? Look, when I first saw this rumor, my reaction was exactly what you're probably thinking right now. Lake who? But then I looked at the numbers, and the numbers shut me up. A 3.04 ERA pitching for the Marlins, one of the most dysfunctional organizations in baseball right now. No elite defense behind him, no playoff pressure, no favorable environment. This guy is producing in the worst possible situation. Now imagine that arm in Yankee Stadium with Bronx Nation pushing him through October. But what really concerns me isn't Bakar. It's the message this rumor sends. If Brian Cashman is already searching the market for another reliever right now, then the bullpen is probably in worse shape than any stat sheet is showing us. And as someone who's watched this front office long enough, I know exactly what these kinds of moves usually signal. But before I lay out the full picture for you, Bronx Nation, let me ask you a direct question. Do you really believe this bullpen can survive the grind all the way to October? Because if your answer is yes, what I'm about to show you may change your mind. The numbers coming in aren't opinions, they're facts, and they reveal a problem the organization has already identified and is trying to solve before it's too late. Stay with me, because this is where everything starts to make sense. Bronx Nation, make sure to hit that like button and support the channel. It helps us continue bringing you this level of analysis every single week. Here's the reality. Back in 2025, the Yankees went out and acquired David Bednar, Camilo Doval, and Jake Bird to strengthen the bullpen. Bednar was outstanding that season. In 2026, he's carrying a 1.565 WHIP. That's not just a temporary slump. That's a concerning trend that directly impacts late-game situations when the stakes are highest. Doval and Bird haven't delivered the consistency the Yankees expected either, creating real holes in the middle innings that tend to show up exactly when the pressure starts building. And that's where Lake Bachar's profile fits perfectly. The right-hander works primarily from the 6th through 8th innings, that bridge role between the starting rotation and the closer, which is currently the weakest link on this roster. His combination of a sweeper and a fastball that sits above 94 miles per hour gives him a versatile arsenal capable of dominating right-handed hitters while still creating significant problems for lefties. Manager Aaron Boone could potentially build a middle relief tandem featuring Bakar alongside Ryan Weathers, who has already been discussed internally as a possible candidate to transition from the rotation into the bullpen. That combination could solve a problem that currently has no clear answer on this roster. The Yankees do have internal options, but every one of them comes with major question marks. Giovanni Cruz made his debut last week and remains a complete unknown at the major league level. Prospect Carlos LaGrange throws hard and could eventually be shifted into a bullpen role rather than remaining a starter. But placing your October hopes on prospects with no major league experience is a dangerous gamble for a team that considers itself a legitimate World Series contender. So here's my verdict, Bronx Nation. Don't come at me with "it's just a rumor" or "Bachar who," because the real story isn't the name. It's what the name represents. When the Yankees start targeting relievers with long-term team control in May, that's not desperation. That's planning. And you know what Brian Cashman's planning usually does to me. It makes me nervous. Because I've seen this movie before. The Yankees acquire a promising arm, give up valuable prospects, and then the guy arrives in the Bronx and falls apart the moment the pressure becomes real. More than once. I'm not going to pretend I don't have scars from those experiences. But, and I hate admitting this, Achar's numbers are real. They're not the product of a powerhouse organization. They're the product of a pitcher who found consistency in a difficult environment. That has genuine value. 5 years of team control means the Yankees won't have to pay market value immediately, and the cost would likely involve mid-tier prospects from the farm system. Johnson Prems, if you are Ulitis Till, Johnson Puria. If top prospects are involved, then I need to think twice. The 2026 bullpen needs help, but the 2027 championship window depends on the talent still developing in the minor leagues. Do you agree with that logic, Bronx Nation? That's it for today. The trade deadline is coming fast, and championship number 28 isn't going to win itself. Let me know in the comments. Would you make the trade for Bachar right now? Or would you trust the internal prospects to solve the bullpen issues? Because one thing I know for sure, going into October with what we have today is not an option. I'm Ryan Carter. See you next time.